All right, so we're gonna do things a little differently. We're gonna take a little short break from all the usual RC stuff. As we've talked about before, you guys know that also big into full-size cars and trucks, and it's been eating me about not getting to be able to work on the GTR. I've just been too busy. Last year we were really busy with the wedding, so the car definitely didn't get touched, just between time and expenses. But we're through that now. We're into the summer here. It's not freezing out, so I want to get back to the Skyline, the GTR. So I pulled the Camaro out. The Buick's sitting over there. That's out of the way, and the GTR is up here. And we're going to work on today, specifically getting the engine and transmission separated and into the engine stand. I got that dragged out of the shed, got that cleaned up, and I want to get the motor mounted up on that. And then my plan is I want to take the transmission to get dry ice blasted or like vapor honed or something like that, just to get that like really good and cleaned up, get the engine in the stand, start getting all the powder coated components and stuff back onto that. And then I have to finish off the engine bay from where the subframe was and stuff. I'll show you guys that shortly, and we're gonna go from there. So underneath all the things, it's really just extra car covers and stuff, is the GTR driveline, which you can see the thing I had on there is not very happy about holding up that much weight, but we're gonna get this cleaned up and straightened up and mounted up into the engine stand. And then after that, we're going to move into the engine bay area, and we're going to get all this gunk and crap cleaned up, and we're gonna get this all painted up nice. And when it's done, it'll kind of look like how I started cleaning up all of the underside of the car when I did the rear subframe, which is also actually going to come partially back apart for a couple of reasons. One, I had redone the whole HICA system, and I decided now that the car is, fully repainted, fully redone, that system's old. It's not without its flaws. Apparently, I've never had any issues with it, but I think it's a better safe than sorry situation. And the other thing is I splurged and got the PRP rear diff cover for the car, which in order to run that, you have to run a HICA lockout kit. So we're gonna end up dropping the diff back down, swapping out the cover. I gotta pull these out. I've got a right-hand drive Auto Designs rear lockout kit. It's like a hybrid kit, something that he personally puts together, Adam, of components that he feels are the best of the best. So it's not one all specific kit, and we're gonna do that. The other thing I have to do is, you can see here, this is the Sika big brake kit, the center hub section, and I didn't realize it, but when I had everything powder coated, I hadn't fitted the big brake kit yet, and when I did, I had to trim the backing plate. So you can see that this is actually like raw, so that's kind of bugging me. So yeah, those are gonna have to come back apart. That's gonna have to go back to powder coat, and yeah, we're gonna get crack-a-lacking on that. So that's the game plan, and we'll see how much progress we make today before I gotta get my ass back into work. All right, so got rid of all the car covers, cleaned up all the stuff that was around it, and this is the whole drivetrain assembly here. And we're going to get the transmission separated off of the motor, and then we're gonna get the motor chucked up into that. And this way that'll save my back, which has been really smoked lately, and we'll go from there. As of now, of course, because I'm down this rabbit hole, I did a big order for things. I have a Frenchy's Garage whole power steering kit coming, Frenchy's Garage entire AC system coming, and the PRP rear diff cover at the PRP LS1 alternator conversion. And then my plan is to also order the entire radium fuel kit for the car from the, basically like the tank forward. Do that as well. And then I was actually looking at last night the Tomai turbo elbows and the manifolds and stuff like that. So that may be on the horizon as well, but we'll see. All right, let's get this separated. All right, so I wanted to film this more in depth, but unfortunately the tripod and camera holder is MIA from when we cleaned up the house this weekend for my birthday. So it's gonna be kind of hard to do with nothing to hold the phone. So let me show you what the game plan is for getting some stuff apart, and we'll go from there. All right, so in order to separate the transmission from the motor, we've got the harness here. We're gonna have to pull apart, and then the drive shaft as well. Pretty certain starter is gonna have to come out too. So I'm gonna get started on that, and then hopefully it'll pop apart, and we'll go from there. All right, so engine, transmission separated. Sweat my ass off. Luckily I got the AC cranking, so hopefully it'll cool down here shortly. The damn engine stand is my own fault because I leave it outside. The casters were all jacked up, so you'll see in the video like I had it flipped on its side and got the coil out, lubed up the bearings, and it's moving now. So the next thing I'm gonna do is get this into the stand. I have to check real quick though that the engine stand, like the posts off of here, I don't know if they're going to be like long enough to clear the clutch on the back of the engine. So the clutch when I bought the car was like new, was done by the previous owner. And I didn't really put very many miles on the car, maybe a couple thousand since I've had it, because I've always just been working on it to make it as mint as possible. So I don't think I'm gonna have to change the clutch. I maybe pull it off just to inspect it. It's probably not a bad idea at this point, because I don't know how the other guy's driving was. I'd rather not have to buy a clutch, but if I do, I will. But if it's good and I could just clean it up, put it back together, I'm gonna have to get a clutch alignment tool, which I could be wrong, but I'm thinking maybe one from like a 300ZX or something maybe might work. I don't know. I have to do some research. Otherwise, I'll just order one from one of the many various, GTR parts guys, whatever, online, and yeah, we'll get it, get it realigned and whatever. All right, so I'm gonna work on getting this into the stand. I gotta find hardware, obviously to use too. That may result in a trip to the hardware store, but yeah, we'll get this going and we'll keep trucking. All right, so as you can see, the engine is in the stand. Got that lifted up and into place. Did have to pull the clutch off of it in order to be able to get the mounting plate onto the block, but that all went pretty smooth. The clutch looks pretty good. Doesn't look like the previous owner was, launching the shit out of it or anything like that. Some very basic wear that you would see from, any, used clutch, but The disc has a ton of meat left on it. The pressure plate looks good. The flywheel looks good. I'm probably just going to end up just buzzing that up with like a Scotch-Brite pad, and probably just shipping it, honestly, because it grabbed and felt fine before, so I'm not really predicting there being any issues with that. So yeah, so then I've got the car lowered down, and I started to get the frame rails cleaned up, and I'm gonna get that scuffed and then masked. It's gonna get primed, and then it'll get painted, undercoated, to match the rest of the work that I had previously done on the car. So we're moving along. I'm trying to find someone to vapor hone some parts and to dry ice blast the transmission. If you know anyone in the Long Island area, drop it in a comment below for me, because I'm definitely looking to have that done, and I'm not familiar with anyone that does it. So I don't want to put the transmission back in looking the way that it does, not the rest of the underside of the car being as detailed as it is. So yeah, let me show you what else I got going on today. This is technically actually day 2, because I kind of ran out of time yesterday with having to go into work. I got to be into work shortly today, so I'm just trying to basically get stuff organized. I pulled out everything from everywhere, my trailer, my back building, everything that was in the trunk of the car, and I'm kind of just trying to get everything out and organized so that I could see what I still need to order, and what's what. Still looking for my Frenchy's rear ball joint tool thing for the Hikis, because I got the delete kit. I haven't found that yet. That kind of sucks. So I have to buy that again. I was gonna buy their fuel pump hat tool anyway before I do the radio kit. So it's what it is. But yeah, let me flip this around. I'll show you guys some of the other stuff. What's what. All right, so we got the engine in the stand here, and you can see like the throttle bodies are mostly ready to come off. My plan is to pull this all off and get it cleaned up and everything else. Not sure if I'm gonna send it to Remade. I don't know if I really want to do the whole where they do all the crazy zinced hardware and all that shit, because I have all like purple titanium hardware that I'm kind of doing throughout. So really I would just rather the aluminum to look refreshed more than anything else. So I'll see what's what once I get it off. I'm probably gonna order a billet, one of these, just for some more engine bay bling. I got the PRP alternator bracket for the LS1 swap coming, so this is gonna be getting ditched. Same thing goes for the power steering pump and the AC. I got the Frenchy's power steering pump kit coming and the Frenchy's AC kit coming as well. On this side here, I'm considering doing the Tomai manifolds and turbo outlets, and then I also want to do like a nice line kit for the coolant hoses and stuff like that. So, and then we got the transmission here, and you can see it's kind of scuzzy looking, for lack of better words. I got parts all over the place here because I got stuff from my mom's Firebird and whatnot. But yeah, the disc, the flywheel doesn't look too bad. Couple small heat spots, but nothing crazy. I think it'll be all right. Worst case scenario, I'll run it by to get reground or whatever, but I don't even think that's going to be too necessary. I've seen much worse and buzzed it up with a cookie, and it was always fine for tens of thousands of miles. So yeah, so moving on, I got boxes. You can see there's just parts like everywhere, everything. This is brand new, like I think like the heater hose kit setup or whatever, to go to like the AN lines for the heater core. So I've got that to do then down the road. I pulled out my rear trunk trim. I got a repair or two to do on those. And then I need to get, in order to paint the engine bay, I would really like to get this speedometer cable out of the way. So I'm gonna pull apart the interior because, I mean, it's already mostly pulled apart anyway, but I've had these carbon goodies to go with the rest of my full carbon interior for quite some time. So I've got the footrest done in carbon, the wiper stock, and then this column piece, and this whole under dash fascia, and then the glove box as well. And I'm going to swap over my my cool box assembly to that. You can see kind of, this is all the stuff that I had powder coated. This is a ARC titanium strut bar. I got the fuel injector rail off yesterday as well. I'm going to send the injectors out the South Bay, have them cleaned and flow tested, make sure everything is good to go with those. And yeah, so I'm going to get started back on the inside of the car, and yeah, we'll go from there. Stay tuned.